trying to cut your input costs. Oh no, Darren, we're talking about costs again, not investments, right? We don't want to think about it that way, but we would like to get any input as inexpensively as possible, and now is the time to buy glyphosate for your farm in 2012.
Well, here's the thing. You know you're going to use some on your farm. You've got Roundup Ready beans, Roundup Ready corn, or you're doing some burn down, whatever the case may be. So you know you're going to use some of that. So why not buy it at the best time of year when you can get it cheaper? You know you're going to use gas every day of the year. Well, maybe if you can load up on your fuel because, wow, you can buy diesel fuel right now for $2. Do you want to buy it? Absolutely you do. You say, wow, I'm paying $3 or more for diesel. If I can buy it for $2, that's great. Well, it's kind of the same thing with glyphosate. Last year, there was a fall program where you could get glyphosate at a reasonable price. By spring, it was 25% higher. 25%. Well, you know you're going to use it. Why wouldn't you buy it when you can buy it cheap?
Well, let's talk about why it's a little less expensive in the fall. All right, Monsanto, for example, their fiscal year end is August 31st. So in other words, their first quarter of 2012 is September, October, November. How much Roundup and how much seed are they typically selling in September, October, and November?
Well, they know they're going to do well through the spring. They know guys are doing stuff in the spring, and really right around the first of the year, they know that guys are going to be buying for tax purposes. Maybe you want some more expense for 2011 versus 2012. They do fine in those quarters. So the other 3 quarters of the year, no problem selling product. This first quarter, they don't. And you think about it, they're a publicly traded company. And I'm not just picking on Monsanto. It's the same thing for Dow. It's the same thing for DuPont. It's the same thing for Bayer. All these great big companies, they're publicly traded. You can buy them any day of the year. And if you're an investor in these companies, when do you want to get a good return on investment? Once per year or every quarter? Well, every quarter. And you think about the executives, they're often paid by, well, how's the stock price doing? And how do we do meeting our quarterly objectives?
So basically the point is they've got to sell some stuff in this quarter, and the only way they're going to do that is if they give you a price incentive. And also the only way it goes in their books is if they physically ship the product. So what we're trying to tell you is go to your dealer, pick up Roundup or Durango or any of these products and get them right now, because glyphosate is significantly less expensive than it was just last month. And it's going to be significantly higher come spring. We all know what's happened with commodity prices. We all know these companies want to take price increases. Right now, though, they have quarterly numbers they have to hit, and so they have incentivized every dealer in the country to get some product moved right now.
So really the only concern is my product going to keep over the winter? Will it freeze? Is that a concern? And you know what? Glyphosate doesn't freeze.
Well, once again, now, and I mean right now, is the time to buy glyphosate for your farm going into 2012. So I'd be talking to your ag chemical retailer over the next couple of weeks. Well, one of the weeds that you will control with glyphosate is our weed of the week, but we'll tell you what else will stop it coming up next.